Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Folge 52 von If My Heart Had Wings und der 8. Folge auf Yorus Route. In der letzten Folge haben Aoi und die Zwillinge dem Rest des Soaring Clubs von ihrem Plan, den Glider zu rekonstruieren, erzählt und danach ging auch direkt die Rekonstruktion los. Die ist sogar in derselben Folge noch fertig geworden und zur Feier des Tages hatten Aoi und die Zwillinge Sex. Wir können nun schauen, wie sie mit erneuten Testflights weitermachen.
How does it feel, Asa-chan, Yoru-chan? Excellent. It performs better than it looks. The fuselage is stable and there are no problems. Even I can steer it properly. Seems like the remodeling was a success. I heard the lively voices over the radio. Our rebuilt glider was soaring through the air without any issues. It seems there are no problems with the steering. Yeah, and Asa-chan can fly it properly too. The last time also seemed like a success at first, but it ended up as a failure because I got careless and caused an accident. It must feel nice. When I saw them flying around and enjoying themselves, I felt a tinge of jealousy. I wished my injuries would heal quickly so I could fly again. With that, the test flight was completed smoothly. So all that was left was waiting for the real thing, for the appearance of the morning glory. Passiert es diesmal? And then... It was after another successful test flight. We returned to the secret base. We were tired, so we took a break and went outside, and then we saw it. The sky. Senpai, there! Ah, that's it, without a doubt. On that day in the eastern sky, there was a mysterious sunset that looked like a curtain to a different world. My cell phone rang. I picked it up right away without even checking the screen. Aoi, are you watching the sky? Yeah. Looks like it's finally coming tomorrow. I could tell how excited Akeha was on the other side of the phone. I could feel my heart pounding too. No doubt about it, it was a sign of the morning glory. It's beautiful. If we succeed, you're treating us to Häagen-Dazs and Skimming, Senpai. We were finally there. We will challenge that sky once again. The next morning. Huh? Ah, it's morning. I set the alarm clock earlier than usual. Time to get ready. I crawled out of the bed, stretched myself and started dressing. Even though I just got up, I was wide awake in an instant. I'm sure that due to my excitement and tension, I was only half asleep that night. Alright. Ich habe mich richtig erschrocken, weil dieses Geräusch so laut war. I went down to the dining room and started preparing breakfast for everyone. Well, actually, most of it was prepared in advance last night. I started making portions for everyone and packing them into disposable lunchboxes. I made those so we could eat out there whenever we got hungry. I didn't prepare them just for the Soaring Club members, but for the other boarders as well. They said that they would come to cheer us on later. Good morning. Good morning. The two of them came down while I was getting the lunchboxes ready. Good morning, you two. Ah, Senpai, I'll help. No, I'm fine. You'll be flying today, so take it easy in the morning. But... Nisan, let's depend on him now. Senpai wants to do something for us. Refusing him would be inconsiderate. That's right. Since I couldn't pilot the glider, I wanted to do everything else that I could. That's why I didn't want them to help me for now. Okay. But Senpai, what is this? Yoru-chan muttered as she saw the colorful lunchbox that I had worked so hard to make. On top of the white rice, I made a decoration with toppings arranged in the shape of a glider. Kinda cute. Well, you're always scolding me that meals are prepared too manly, so I thought I would try something cute for a change. It was a cutely decorated lunch. Oh, das erinnert mich daran. Schulzeit, wo Mary einfach mal so eine richtig nice Lunchbox dabei hatte, die sie mit uns geteilt hat. Yeah. Oh, good times. I even bought a book and studied in secret just to prepare this for today. Senpai, you're rather extreme. I'm really happy you worked so hard for this, but it's a little creepy. Okay. Sad hour noises. What? Damn, I thought they would like it. Oh, I'm sleepy. Oh, was ist das Problem mit Genen? Ich kann es nicht einfach nachmachen, ich muss dann tatsächlich gehen. Kotori-chan has been yawning non-stop for a while. No matter how often I get up early, I just can't get used to it. My eyelids are so heavy. You guys are really slacking off. Come on, let's get going. Alright. It was early in the morning. We were walking through the ghostly silent town and heading to our secret base. Coming outside at this hour feels kind of strange. It's like a different world. It's so quiet, chilly and dim, but it's different than the darkness and silence of the night. Early mornings are a little mysterious. Ich muss sagen, immer wenn ich lang wach bin und dann sehe, wie die Sonne aufgeht, einfach bevor ich schlafen gehe, kriege ich so leichte Depressionen gefühlt. Ich weiß nicht warum. I think I understand that. The town so early in the morning where we couldn't hear the sound of the cars running across the asphalt or the hustle of people really did seem like another world. The air was also different than during the day or night. It felt fresh and new. Well, days when we go out so early usually aren't normal. There are often some extraordinary events then. We might be feeling like this because of that fact. I think I understand that too. But well, I don't dislike this feeling. I didn't hate it either, that peculiar early morning atmosphere. Morning! Good morning, Agea. So, the members of Flying Fish Manor arrived as well. Huh? You came so early too, Senpai? Is that wrong? No, quite the contrary, I'm happy about that. It's the main event, right? And well, I was worried, so I just ended up coming here early. I see. So even Senpai was nervous, huh? Ich finde immer noch ihr Outfit weird. Es wirkt einfach, als würde sie sich Gedanken darüber machen, wie sie sich kleidet, aber ich glaube nicht, dass Amane jemand ist, der sich Gedanken darüber macht, wie sie sich kleidet. Anyway, well, she formed this club and this used to be her own dream after all. Well then, let's carry the glider out, shall we? Yeah, let's go. After we had moved the glider out on the runway, we started checking everything carefully. We examined the airframe for distortions, verified that there were no cracks or dents on the left side. The pilot tube wasn't blocked and the releasing mechanism wasn't deformed. I examined the wheels, brakes, ailerons and rudder over and over again to make sure everything is in perfect condition. Senpai, aren't you overdoing the inspection a bit? You're checking this for the third time. While I was carefully inspecting the glider that stood on the runway, Asachan and Yoru-chan came over. It will be too late if something happens. I have to check everything multiple times. I can't let anything happen to you two. If anything happened, I would never forgive myself. I was more thorough than ever with the inspection since I was a little traumatized after that accident a few days ago. More importantly, I won't be flying myself. Thank you very much. Alright, everything looks fine. When the inspection was finished, I breathed a sigh of relief. I guess that's enough. Apart from me, Kotori and Agea had both checked everything as well. I guess I'll look over everything just one more time before I go to operate the winch. You're going to operate the winch today, Aoi-kun? Yeah, I wanted to do this by all means and ask everyone to let me, even though it wasn't supposed to be my job originally. Don't worry, if those two are flying, putting you in charge of the winch is the perfect choice. Exactly, you guys are in sync. I also think it's the right choice. Thank you guys. I told you not to worry about it, just go ahead and do it. Do your best, Aoi-kun. Nicht kun, nur Aoi. Yeah. It was just the winch, but still. Some say the operator's job is even more difficult than the pilot's. Determining the suitable conditions for takeoff is an important task. I'll make sure to let those two reach the sky. They were staring at the glider absent-mindedly with a somewhat stiff expression. Are you nervous? Of course I'm nervous. Me too, unusually so, but I guess it can't be helped, right? Yeah, that's right. They had the important task to seize that sky in our stead. I checked how Yoru-chan was flying during test flights, so I knew she had more than enough piloting skills to handle that, and she was in sync with Asa-chan too. No matter what, we will definitely reach it. Asa-chan's words were strong and full of determination. She had become very reliable. Yes, certainly. We will seize your dreams without fail. So you two, please take care of this. Yes, of course. Would have done that even if you haven't told us. Naturally, Yoru-chan, who responded bringing with confidence, was reliable too. Oh yeah, Senpai, I have a favor to ask. Yes? When it's over, I want to take a photo with everyone together. Ah. Das ist das seine Cover, ja? Sure, when you get back, we'll all take a photo together. Even if Yoru-chan hadn't said it, Kotori, Ageha, or someone else would have probably suggested that anyway. I also wanted to record our memories with everyone. Oh, so you like photos now, Yoru-chan? Not really, I don't like them even now. Sometimes I just feel like taking one, that's all. So, you like photos? You don't like photos? It's not that I dislike them or anything, I just don't see what the point of taking them is. She still proposed it herself? What? Stop lying to yourself? It's probably because there's nothing productive about them. That's just like Yoru-chan. But today I'm in the mood to take one, that's all. I see. I think this change of heart would make everyone happy. Well then, Nissan, looks like the inspection is over, so let's get on board. Yeah. The two of them cheerfully began the boarding preparations. I gave them a sidelong glance and then I went to prepare the winch. The winch was on the opposite side of the runway from the glider. The operator's job is enabling the glider to take off. Let's see, this part here. First, just like with the glider, I had to make sure that the machine was operating properly. While I was sitting there preparing the towing rope, Kanako-san came over. At long last, huh? My hands even got sweaty. Yeah, I've been sweating quite a bit for a while too. Even though it was still chilly outside, sweat kept dripping from my forehead and running down my cheeks. Making a mistake while operating the winch could be more dangerous than piloting the glider itself. But not to you. I couldn't allow myself to be negligent like last time when I caused that accident, so I was staying as focused as possible. I had to be very careful while checking everything. A lot of spectators came too. On the other side of the runway I could see Akari-san, Maboy, An-chan, Hotaru-chan, Hibari-san and everyone from the dormitory who had come to watch us today. It seems they had come to cheer us on. I'm so grateful. When everyone is watching, you feel courage and a surge of power. It's something like that, right? I think that there's strength in solitude. But I can't deny that when people gather together, it does have some kind of synergistic effect. I get lonely easily, so I prefer being with everyone. I didn't mind either way, but now I thought that being all together is better indeed. I liked the feeling when I was riding a bike by myself, and when I was flying the glider we all made together. I felt fulfilled even when I was staying on the ground hoping for a success. How are you feeling now? Strangely enough, this is scarier than when I'm flying myself. But I feel just as much anticipation as when I'm flying myself. I'm so excited. Ich frage mich, wie sie die Szene gleich darstellt. Es wird ein bisschen weird sein, wenn sie das nur aus AS-Sicht von unten vom Boden machen. Aber I see. Yeah, even though I wasn't flying myself, I didn't feel like it was something unrelated to me at all. Even though I wasn't piloting, it was still just as scary and just as fun. I feel like a parent who's let go of her girls as they go and fly away. They aren't really kids or anything though. Well, they sure look like it. That's because they're so cute. Our cute juniors. I guess so. Then, for me, they are my girlfriends. I should have stuck with the soaring club from the beginning. Yeah, wasted your chance. Why is that? Everyone is so dazzling. It seems like fun. But aren't you sticking with us right now? Nobody thinks of you as an outsider. Well, but even so, I'm still sort of an outsider, right? That's why I wish I was here from the beginning. When I think about it, this club is really awesome. It's fascinating. Even though Kanako-san was praising the Soaring Club, it felt like she was actually complimenting me. It made me feel a little uneasy. I'm really happy to hear you speaking so well of the Soaring Club. Thank you very much. I said, feeling a little embarrassed. Hehe, well, for now I'm going to enjoy this time we have left to the fullest. Ja, let's do our best together. Hört man die Sirene in der Ferne? Senpai, we have finished preparations. While we were talking, Yoru-chan informed us over the radio that all preparations for departure were complete. Ageha, who was holding the wing, signaled with a flag that everything outside was fine as well. Both wings were neatly level. Roger. Well then, you two, have a nice flight. Yes. Here we go. Pre-takeoff checklist completed. Cleared for takeoff. I said that to everyone over the radio and put my sweaty hand on the lever. After a short pause, I shifted gears and waited for the right timing. Now go! I moved the lever and started winding the towing rope. And the rope pulled the glider. The aircraft began speeding up like a fish being tugged by a fishing line. Then the wheels left the ground. They're flying. The glider lifted its nose, aiming at the sky. As soon as the aircraft was launched into the air, it started ascending rapidly. It was guided into the sky like a kite on a string. Now! Just as I shouted, the towing rope got disconnected. Alright. The rope fell from the glider and its parachute. Is that a parachute or a parachute? Opened. Meanwhile, the aircraft stabilized and it was gliding through the air. I was looking at it for a while. It seemed that they caught the first thermal without problems and were able to maintain a good altitude. Success? The takeoff was successful, and now I was praying that they could reach that passage of clouds. Über die linke Arm bothert mich immer noch. Wait, hat mein Boy nicht typischerweise eine Brille auf? Something looks wrong there. Everyone was holding their breath while following the whereabouts of the glider. Ah, you were right, they're flying. That's probably Kazato-san. Just then 2 familiar girls came along. Huh? Who are those girls? If I remember right, those were Yoru-chan's classmates she got into a fight with at Windy. So she's really into club activities. Oh, I was worrying for nothing. Really now, I was worried because she seemed really lonely and it turns out she actually has friends. But it's amazing that Kazato-san is flying. Yeah. Seems like they are classmates. That's unusual. When Yoru-chan comes back, I will tell her that her classmates came by. Maybe she will make some new friends. Will they reach it? It'll be fine, just believe in them. Yes. Do your best. Asa-chan, Yoru-chan. Everyone was looking up at the sky, their gazes following the glider as if they were praying. The aircraft was catching thermals and gradually increasing its altitude. In the blink of an eye, the glider became tiny as it passed over the windmill hill, heading for Mount Tsukuba that was behind the school. I'm leaving the rest to you. I turned towards the glider and muttered this even though there was no way they could hear me. Our feelings. Those days. At that moment I noticed a strange emotion suddenly sprouting within me. It seemed obvious that we had struggled so much and refused to give up with our club activities because we were aiming for the morning glory. But in truth it wasn't just that. I came to think that when we were getting carried away and working so frantically, those actions and that time itself had value. That That immature idea suddenly passed through my head. I see. I realized it just now. Whether it was riding the bike or going on my last test flight, I have been filled with regret and despair, not because I couldn't achieve my objective. It was because I left things unfinished and I couldn't part with them properly. I felt a loss when that wonderful time had come to an end. Yes, it was because I didn't want to lose that wonderful, brilliant golden time. Go for it! Both of you! Before I noticed, I was shouting with all my strength. I looked at the glider that was soaring through the firmament with its spread wings.